Hi, I'm Chuck Gibson. This is Loveland Beacon Talks, special sports edition with Loveland Little League 13U All-Stars head coach Scott Carr after their 2-1 victory in the first round of the regional tournament from Ankeny, Iowa. So once again, let's welcome Coach Scott Carr. Well, welcome again, Coach Scott Carr. It is a great pleasure to have you back after I heard the news from Iowa yesterday. So, Coach, first off, congratulations on another win, and let's get right to it and share the story. A 2-1 victory over Wisconsin, right?
That is correct.
All right.
2-1 win over Wisconsin in Game 1 of the Central Region. The Little League Series on our way out to hopefully California. It was a great day for the Ohio Loveland 13U All-Stars, and you are correct, a 2-1 victory over the state champs from Wisconsin.
Well, I know in the first message I got from you, Scott, that you just said great game, and or like what I think you said, what a game in that first message from you after the victory. So tell us, I mean, what the heck happened? And that sounds like the nail biter, and sounds like a great game. So
it was a great game. It was a nail biter. Before the game even started, what is special about Little League is the opportunity they provide these kids with the experiences outside the game. So we started the morning at 12:30 with a parade of state champions, a moment that I will never forget and these kids will never forget. Each team from each state was introduced player by player, coach by coach, carrying their state championship banner onto the field. Again, a memory that I will never forget, and I know that our kids will never forget. So that set the tone with some high excitement for the day. We wrapped up that parade and we took the field at 2:30 against a very good Wisconsin team. And it was tight early, Chuck. 0-0 through 2 innings. I won the flip for the very first time in the postseason. I selected the home team. The kids were excited about that. And as we headed to the bottom of the third, you've heard me say this before, if we have to play small ball, we will. Brady Smith led off the inning with a beautiful bunt down the third base line, got himself on first base. Brady Carr came up after Brady Smith. Brady hit a bloop fly ball behind the second baseman. So as the right fielder, center fielder, and second baseman were converging, when I saw it hit grass, I was like, man, now we've got a real opportunity here with 2 runners on at the bottom of the third to get on the scoreboard first. And then some players that just got called up to the All-Star team after playing the regular season didn't know if they were going to be postseason with us or not, delivered. Cooper Kraus, Pokey's younger brother,
right,
hit a fielder's choice to score Brady Smith for our first run of the game. And then Evan Stone Rook, batting 13 in our lineup, hit a line drive into center field to score Brady Carr to put us up 2-0. And those are the only 2 runs we had that we scored again in the bottom of the third inning.
That's beautiful. You could not have been happier, I'm sure.
Was thrilled. It was thrilled that I've told the kids, I've told the parents, I've told the family, what is great about this All-Star team is whether you are batting 1 or 13, every one of these kids have contributed this postseason, defensively, offensively. And that's what makes this group special. A mantra on our clipboard is we is greater than me, and these kids are playing for Loveland. They're playing for the state of Ohio, and any one of them at any given time steps up and delivers for their teammates, and they celebrate everyone's success. When Cooper came to the dugout after that fielder's choice, you would have thought he just hit a walk-off grand slam with how our kids celebrated him coming back into the dugout, and that's the way it should be. We preach that to our kids, we coach that to our kids, and they embrace it. It was a fun moment.
Outstanding. Well, and then, of course, coming through and scoring the second run as well. Just had to be huge to get that 2-0 lead. But I know the final score, as we've talked about a minute ago, was 2-1. So that was the third inning. It's a 7-inning game. So take us the rest of the way through, if you will.
And you've had the opportunity to meet Pokey Kraus, talk to Pokey Kraus, and we handed the baseball to him yesterday. And once again, he's the heartbeat of our team. It starts and stops with Pokey, and he was fantastic on the mound yesterday. He threw a complete game, struck out 9, struck out 7, walked 1, only one earned run, and that happened in the top of the 6th inning. This is where, once again, our defense rose to the occasion. In the biggest stage, they're playing their absolute best on defense. With 2 runners on in that top of the 6th inning, I'm not sure who was up in their lineup from Wisconsin, but a bloop fly ball to center field that is one of those just areas where you're like, oh gosh, who's going to get this? Second baseman, shortstop, center fielder. PJ Kantopis makes a diving catch. 2 runners on. They were on second and third for the third out of the 6th inning to keep Wisconsin's only 1 run. Another moment where no one came to the dugout. They all ran to center field to dogpile PJ after that catch. And they said, guys, we still got more baseball to play. Get in the dugout. But they were thrilled, and that defensive play you thought would have been the defensive play of the game, but PJ did it again in the 7th inning, and I'll tell you about that here in a second, Chuck. But that was where the game went. It was tight through 7. Pokey was still under his pitch count. We rolled him out there to finish the game off for us.
Wow. Well, so now take me back 6th inning. So when PJ made the diving catch, that ended the inning.
Now, it did.
But they had scored once. So
they had.
You were protecting that 1-run margin at that point.
That's exactly right, and it's they weren't hitting Pokey hard. They just welcome the game of baseball. They were hitting the ball where we weren't.
Right.
Anything within range of our defense, they were fantastic again yesterday. Infield, outfield especially. Grayson Wagner in left field. Brady Smith played some center field for us. He tracked a couple line drives down. PJ was in center field. As I call them, our retrievers played outstanding defense behind Pokey last night.
Outstanding. So that final inning, Pokey's out there, trying to get those final 3 outs with a 2-1 lead and move you guys forward. So how did that 7th inning play out?
Yeah, they're in their lineup. It's 8-9-1 coming up in the top of the 7th. So we felt good rolling Pokey back out there. Their first batter flies out to Grayson Wagner on the 3rd pitch of the inning. The next batter, bottom of their lineup. But again, when you're playing state champions, 1 through 9, everybody can put the bat on the ball. He hit probably the hardest ball of the game into left center field. Grayson Wagner is tracking it, and we're like, oh man, he's going to get this thing. And as he dives for it, it goes right over his glove. And we're like, oh, man. Yeah. PJ playing center field is backing him up. The runner, as I would have if I were the first base coach, I'm sending him to 2. PJ gets the ball and throws an absolute missile to Zach Nestico at second, who didn't have to move his glove. Caught the ball and held it in front of the base. And it was one of those moments, Chuck, we're like, okay, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. When is the kid going to slide and get called out? That out, and our defense once again just was celebrating an incredible play for the second out, and that absolutely gave Pokey confidence on the mound as he's nearing his pitch count, heading to their leadoff batter in the lineup. He throws a fastball, throws a curveball that he looked at, and then finished the game with a curveball that was a swing and a miss, and the celebration was on for the boys from Loveland.
Oh, that's what a great story. And you weren't wrong when you messaged me, what a game, because just listening to the recap from you, absolutely what a game. Coach, I got to tell you, so many people get caught up in, the run scoring, the offense of the game, and your team, obviously they're producing some runs in these games too, but in that tight game, and even in the games where they produce some runs, I hear you talking about the defense. Clearly they're making those plays. These guys are playing baseball. They're not just like, let's go hit. And
Chuck, thank you for saying that, and that's exactly what we do. And I attribute this back to the Loveland Youth Baseball Organization with our rec program, with our travel program, with our academy. We provide opportunity for these kids to learn the fundamentals of the game. We get a lot of people caught up in having to play competitive baseball when they're 8 and 9. Yeah. When in reality, if you learn the fundamentals of the game, they're going to grow with the players as they grow. And that is one of my proudest moments, that this team as you've had a chance to meet them. I've had 5 that were all-stars since they were 8. I've had others that through the years, through their development and just playing the game, became all-stars. And through those skills and the fundamentals that they've learned, the product they're putting on the field now is something that anybody would be proud to watch, because they're playing fundamentally sound, and it makes me incredibly proud of the Loveland Youth Baseball Organization and incredibly proud to be the coach of this all-star team.
And you have every right to be and every reason to be. And, again, back here, as you guys are in Iowa right now, back here at home in Loveland, I know a bunch of people are just waiting to hear this piece, and they're cheering you on. And so obviously the last piece, as we wrap up here, Scott, is so the victory yesterday moves you forward. So what's next?
Yeah, so what's next is the win obviously keeps us in the winner's bracket. This is a double elimination tournament. Nebraska drew a first-round bye, so they've been sitting around waiting for their opponent, and we will play them tonight at 6:30 Central. There are a lot of links out there. As you mentioned, the folks back in Loveland, we can't thank everybody enough for their support. The pictures that we had at watch parties yesterday, watching on the link from Iowa, it truly is fun to see. Not just for me, but for the players. When their buddies are sitting around watching on TV and then snapping them or Instagramming them or texting them afterwards, great game, great play. These kids are loving the love that they are getting from Loveland, so we sincerely appreciate it. And tonight's game will be broadcast again. We know Nebraska is going to be a really, again, at this point, every team is good. They're state champions. So we're looking forward to the competition tonight. The boys got a great night's sleep. They're going to get a good lunch here this afternoon. We'll be over the ballpark for our pregame about 90 minutes before first pitch.
Well, sneak peek, if you can't, don't tell me. But I was going to say, so who's your starting pitcher tonight, or do you want to keep that a secret?
Yeah, Chuck, we've made the decision, but I will tell the team when we get to the field 90 minutes before.
Fair enough. Appreciate that. I understand that position for sure. But hey, no matter who's out there, you tell them we back here in Loveland are right there with them on the hill, and every one of those guys, left field, center field, right field, around the bases, and I know. Hoobie's going to be behind the dish, so we're right there with you guys, man, all the way. So good luck tonight.
Thanks, Chuck.
Nebraska.
It's really appreciated. I look forward to catching up with you after the game tonight.
All right, take care, Scott. Good luck.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.